Rim Country News brought to you by Christine Croak, your Rim Country real estate expert. And by Jake's Corner Bar and Grill, a historic stopping spot since 1916. On this Thursday, January 28th, for Tano TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News headlines. Well, search and rescue teams battled 2 days of extreme weather to rescue 3 stranded hikers who they say are lucky to be alive. In news out of neighboring Sedona, this past Sunday around 6:30 p.m., the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office received a call from 3 hikers who said they were stuck on Bear Mountain. Well, the hikers told dispatchers that they'd been hiking for roughly 8 hours and rappelled down a cliff about 200 feet and were now stuck. The group had limited battery life on their phones and only a few supplies, and experts say they weren't prepared for the extreme weather. The hikers, a woman and 2 men, all in their mid-20s, were said to be from the East Coast. Search and rescue crews and volunteers from Yavapai, Coconino, Maricopa, and here in Gila County were immediately deployed. That along with DPS Ranger helicopter and the Air National Guard Black Hawk helicopters. Well, as ground crews hiked for 2 days through extremely rough terrain and 18 inches of snow, weather conditions prevented several attempts by air crews to rescue those hikers. Yavapai County Sheriff David Rhodes said, quote, "I can't express how dangerous the conditions were for our first responders. They risked their lives and worked around the clock in an effort to get to those stranded hikers." He went on to say, "I want to thank them for all their efforts and their continued service to our county and our state of Arizona." Well, sheriff's personnel did remain in communication with the hiker group by cell phone to assess their condition and to provide updates and a little bit of encouragement on the rescue effort progress. The families of those hikers were also in contact with the rescue personnel for the latest information on their loved ones. Well, finally, around 4 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, the weather finally lifted and the Air National Guard Black Hawk helicopter was able to launch, rescuing all 3 hikers. They were transported to a nearby hospital and treated for weather-related injuries. Well, considering the severe weather, these hikers are extremely lucky to be alive. This is an important reminder to pay attention to the weather conditions before embarking out on our trails around Rim Country. Winter or summer, Arizona trails can be dangerous if you're not prepared. Those are the words of Sheriff Rhodes. He went on to say, "We don't want anyone to be stranded, and we don't want the lives of our first responders to be put at risk." Well, taking a look at other news from around Rim Country, this past summer, Arizona experienced one of the worst wildfire seasons in nearly a decade, that driven by a multitude of factors, including unseasonably warm conditions, a lack of moisture, an overabundance of what they call fine fuels, and increased recreational traffic across Arizona. Forest officials are reporting in 2020, 2,520 wildfires burned just under 1 million acres in the state, federal, and tribal lands. Of those fires, wildland fire investigators say 82% were human-caused, as compared to 2019, 1,869 wildfires burned a little less than 400,000 acres on all land jurisdictions. In 2018, 2,000 acres burned 165,000 acres. Fire managers predicted high and likely extreme fire activity going into this past summer due to the overgrowth of fine fuels across the central region within the Sonoran Desert. The Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management and partnering agencies prepared for the forecasted busy season, and they did that with additional resources from neighboring states, early arrival of aircraft, and crew pre-positioning. As predicted, fire activity exploded in central Arizona, including across the central urban wildlife interface along Interstate 17 with the Superstitions, southern Arizona, and of course throughout the Tano National Forest. The non-existent monsoon season exacerbated predictions and pushed fire activity well into the fall, with October's 9,500-acre house fire on the Prescott National Forest. The lack of precipitation also kept fire restrictions in place through November. This was a historic fire season across the board throughout the West, from California and Arizona to Oregon, and we're not just talking about that in terms of data. The extreme drought conditions, excess ground fuel, and inadequate moisture created fast-moving, large-scale fires. Well, under certain conditions, a majority of these fires produced extreme fire behavior that pushed right through retardant lines and created very dangerous situations. Well, this week's recent moisture only helps our drought situation for the short term, and residents cannot let their guard down. Now, officials say we need people to be proactive and protect their properties and be fire safe when outdoors. Those are the words of John Truitt, Fire Management Officer for the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management. Well, last year was one of the most severe and destructive of wildfire seasons, but it was not the worst. Back in 2011, Arizona hit the million-acre mark in part due to the Wallow Fire in northeastern Arizona. That year, 1,988 fires burned a total of 1,016,428 acres. Well, coming up in Rim Country weather, you can expect dry but cold weather through Thursday night. Then the next in the current series of weather systems will deliver a chance for mountain snow and lower elevation rain from midday Friday through early Saturday morning. A complete look at your 7-day weather forecast here for Rim Country is coming up next. You're watching Rim Country News.
Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination. Jake started out as an Arizona stage stop way back in 1916, and folks have been stopping here ever since. Jake's also has been famous as a popular stopping spot for travelers headed to Rim Country or Roosevelt Lake. But as more people discover this historic stop, more and more, it becomes the destination. It was even featured in the 2008 movie Jake's Corner and later featured at the Sedona Film Festival. Ice-cold beers from the tap, imported or specialty beers, a generously stocked full bar, and great food that keeps you wanting to come back again and again. Enjoy a game of pool inside or step out and enjoy the covered patio and outdoor bar with live entertainment and much more. We hope to see you soon at one of the most historic stopping spots in Arizona, Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination.
Hi, reflecting on 2020, this year has presented challenges, devastation, and extraordinary circumstances that will forever change all of our lives. I am more than ever thankful and grateful for my loving family, living in a community that supports and takes care of each other, the collaboration that happens with our small businesses and our non-profits are selfless, generous, and heartfelt. A special thanks to our town staff, the first responders who are dedicated to our community, and lastly, so grateful and thankful for my clients, personal referrals, new friendships, thankful for my assistant Sarah, my marketing team, title, mortgage companies, local and state realtors that I've had the privilege of working with. Wishing you all Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. I appreciate you all from my heart. Many blessings. Stay safe for 2021.
Well, taking a look at Rim Country weather, a moderating southwest flow aloft will dominate the weather across the northern Arizona today ahead of another Pacific low pressure system. You can look for daytime temperatures to warm by an additional 5 to 10 degrees today compared to yesterday. Increasing clouds and strengthening winds ahead of the Pacific low will moderate low temperatures overnight tonight, which will end up near normal. Now on Friday and Saturday, well, National Weather Service says the Pacific low pressure system will move across Arizona. This low will be accompanied by strong, large-scale upward motion and decent cold front with ample moisture streaming northward across the state. Well, the result will be a good chance for rain and snow showers from about late morning tomorrow through early morning on Saturday. At this time, the snow level looks to drop to around the 3,000 to 3,500 foot elevation by early Saturday morning, with generally 3 to 6 inches of accumulation expected at elevations above 6,000 feet, and 1 to 3 inches expected down to about the 4,500 foot elevation. Below 4,500 feet, only a dusting of snow is anticipated. Hazardous driving conditions will be the main impact, with slick road conditions. Pressure gradients will strengthen with the low, and locally gusty winds of up to 35 miles an hour, well, they could once again produce areas of blowing snow and near whiteout conditions. The heaviest snowfall is expected to occur Friday afternoon into the evening, with any travel in the high country sure to be a bit on the unpleasant side. So the experts say, please be smart and plan accordingly. Look for improving conditions by midday Saturday, and with high pressure moving in. From Saturday onward, high pressure will usher in near normal daytime temperatures and light winds through Monday. Overnight temperatures will once again dip to below normal, with extensive snow cover, dry conditions, and light winds. Now, forecast models continue to promise yet another Pacific low-pressure system with an additional round of mountain snow and lower elevation rain starting as early as late next Tuesday. They say winds may also become quite gusty from Tuesday into Wednesday with that low. Well, at this time, the various weather models, snow accumulation range from 1 to 4 inches above 5,000 feet, but the uncertainty in those amounts is still very high. The best thing to do is check back with us here, and we'll provide more updates as that storm system gets a little closer next week. Well, here in Payson today, we're forecast for a high under partly sunny skies of right around 49 degrees, with an overnight low tonight dipping back to near 34. Now, National Weather Service says we can only expect to drop a couple of degrees for a high when the storm system comes through tomorrow and tomorrow night. Then, looks like we're going to gradually warm back up, mostly with mostly sunny skies by the weekend, with highs by Sunday finally reaching back into the 50s once again. Now, that storm is expected, the storm that's expected next Wednesday, could drop our highs back into the 40s again, but again, we'll know more about that and what you can expect from that storm system as it gets a little closer. Well, daytime highs around rim country today, well, the highs and lows look something like this. Up on top of the rim, up there at Clintswell, it's still white and frosty up there, but with some sunshine today, they're expected to warm up to 43 degrees, with a low tonight dipping down to around 29. In Pine and Strawberry, they're looking for 43 as a high today, with a low tonight near 30. Over to our southeast in Young, they're expecting a high today of 49, with tonight's low dipping down to around 30. And down to our south in Tonto Basin, well, Tonto Basin is looking for a high today warming up to, ready for this, 62 degrees, with a low tonight near 40. A lot of snowmelt going on the hills down there. And if you go all the way down to the valley at Sky Harbor International Airport, they're anticipating a high today near 71 degrees, with their low tonight fairly mild, bottoming out right around 40. And that's what's happening around Rim Country. For Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Get out there and make it a great Thursday.